Shalom, shalom. I would like to begin this lesson by giving all praise, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who have taught us all this truth in the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, and Shaquat. And I'm back here with another lesson, Lord willing, and edifying to the hopeful elect. Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai Barak Atham, to you sincere Akyom Wa Akwathium, and a sincere shalom to you brothers that are out here pushing this truth out in the highways and the byways and through the YouTube lessons, man. Shalom to you all. Lord willing, this lesson be edifying and exhorting to the elect. Alright, so this is really just an in transit through the spirit. I've been meaning to do this for a few days now. These Babylonians are completely unaware of what's about to come. All right, that's a brief summary of the title of the lesson. Right, these Babylonians are completely unaware of what's to come. These people are through. They're basically just walking corpses. All right, they don't know what's going on, and I'm not even just talking about your fellow Israelite. I'm talking about everybody, heathens included. All right, so I was walking in I'm in St. Louis right now. I was walking in Forest Park, getting a little workout in. If you from St. Louis, you know where that's at. So as I was walking, I saw at Art Hill, near the pond area. So at the bottom of Art Hill, I saw this husband and this wife. They were taking wedding pictures, with a photographer and all that stuff. And I was just looking like, man, these people are fucking through. These people are fucking through. They're cooked. These people are literally cooked. All right. Yeah, as I was saying, these people are literally cooked. They don't know what's going on. People are still getting married in the big 2026. And as a man, if you're getting legally married in 2026, you got to be a fool. And anything that comes your way, you deserved. You got to be a fool. So, still got people marrying, giving in marriage, partying, things of that sort. It's all vanity. And no one's occupied in Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai except the men of the Lord and the flock. Outside of that, nobody else is occupied in the Lord. Nobody's meditating on Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Like I'm behind, I'm looking at this car right now that I'm behind. They got Greek letters on their car. So they're part of that fraternity, sorority type thing. All right. So all these people, man, at the end of the day, they're through. They're through, and that's how the Lord's going to get you. That's why the scriptures say the day of the Lord shall come as a thief in the night. Okay, so let's get this scripture. I've done enough talking, really. Let's pull this. So I forgot I had 2 accounts of it. So we'll read here, all right, Matthew 24 and 36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. So nobody knows that day where the Lord's going to return, and that kind of gives people that sense where they can feel comfortable, because it's like we don't know when it can happen anyway. So, I'm going to just get right with the Lord on my time. And that's a very dangerous thing. The fact that you don't know when it's coming should scare you. Okay, because if you did know, it's kind of like they're moving in opposites, all right? Because if you did know, then you should be like, okay, I'm chilling. I know when to get right. But the fact that you don't know, it's mind-boggling that Jake is still playing around. And like, I'll get right when I'm ready. When I'm ready, I'll do it. But you don't know when it's going to happen. All right, not even Yahweh Shai knows that day. Okay, only Yahweh. It says, but as the days of Noah were, all right, which is talking about Noah, And what were the days of Noah? Talking about back in the ark, all right, during the ancient times. You know, when the great flood came, and the Lord had Noah building an ark for 120 years, packing in those species that the Lord told him to, gathering certain things up into there, you know, locking it up, him and his 3 sons and his wife and their 3 wives. Okay, only 8 people made it out of that flood. Crazy thing about it is the destruction that's coming very shortly is going to be even worse than that. Lord cold, man. So in verse 37, it's kind of the point. But as the days, that's where I was, Slakia. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. All right, so just as the days of Noah were, that's how the coming of the Son of Man is going to be. All right, what happened in the time of Noah? All right, what took place? Okay, a lot of people were just focused and occupied in vanity. Okay, when the Lord told us to be occupied in prophecy. You know, the Lord told us to occupy ourselves in prophecy when you read the book of Sirach. Okay. Okay. Slakia. The Lord told us to be occupied in prophecy. And it's about to get into some of the vain things that these people were doing leading up to the time of the flood. You know, here it is, Noah was building that ark. It took him 120 years to finish that ark, man. So all that time, Noah was out there for 120 years. That's what? You got, 5 scores, 100. So he was out there for 6 score years, preaching to the people, hey, it's going to rain. The Lord's going to make the earth flood. It's going to rain. And at that time, it had never rained before. You know, water has never fell out of heaven at that time. So they were like, man, this nigga bugged out. You know what I'm saying? Nigga bugged out, man. You know, 120 years, this nigga just a crazy guy. He's a lunatic. Until it actually happened. Until they felt that first drop of rain. And they knew. It was up and it was stuck. Right? So that's how these days will come. You know, the Lord is going to have you people occupied in vanity. And that's how he's going to take you as a thief in the night. Okay? That's how it's going to all happen. That's crazy. Slakia, just bear with me a moment. I don't care if y'all got my location. Do something. Had to take a detour. Looking at this shit. Bear with me a moment. Yeah, but the Lord's going to have you all occupied in vanity, and He's going to have you trusting in this system, all right, Esau's government, and that's going to leave you vulnerable for the Lord's attack. And you're not going to be ready for when the Lord brings that judgment, you know, because we the prophets, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Yahushai, have been warning for a long time now. We've been warning that destruction is coming. Because it has yet to come, you all think shit's sweet. You know, because destruction has yet to come, but all we've been saying is destruction is going to come. You think shit's sweet because it hasn't happened yet. You have a lot of Jake talking about, I mean, y'all been out there, y'all been saying this shit was going to happen for years. Yeah, it happened. So then, that's how the Lord gets you. You fell into the Lord's trick bag because he had us preaching for so long. Nothing's happened yet, but then it's going to get to a point where you just think it's not going to happen at all. Like, you stop thinking about it, and that's when it catches you as a thief in the night. You know, because if a man knew someone was going to rob his house, surely that nigga will prepare, right? But the Lord's putting you in a trick bag to where you're completely unaware. Like, you're literally completely unaware of the pending judgment. You know? Just completely unawares. Lord putting you in a mighty, mighty trick bag. It's like what it says we're gonna come back to this Matthew 24. Okay. Let me get some precepts to back what I was just talking about. I think it's Ecclesiastes 10. No, that's a different one. Maybe I'm typing it wrong. Yeah. Just bear with me a moment. I gotta get them 2 precepts, man, before we get back on track. So it's a lot here. I don't know why it's not coming up. I know it's in Ecclesiastes. Just know, I always forget the chapter and verse. Here we go. Yeah. So this is Ecclesiastes chapter 8 and verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. All right, so because the Lord don't kill you on the spot like he did old boy back when he touched remember that guy touched the Ark of the Covenant when you read the book of Samuel? And you had Jake touching the Ark of the Covenant, and the Lord on spot put that nigga down. That nigga just caught a stroke. You know what I'm saying? On spot, through. You know what I'm saying? So, because the Lord don't get down like that no more, he just, it ain't even that he don't get down like that no more. He just, he's extended his patience, ultimately, because the Lord don't change. But ultimately, he's extended his patience, and in him extending his patience is also making the judgment that he's going to bring upon you more brutal, because now he's being long-suffering. All right, now he's being long-suffering, and he's allowing you to stack up your iniquity. So if you're piling up your iniquity, man, you're going to get judged even harsher. You're going to get judged more harshly. Okay, so because the Lord ain't just bringing that smack down real quick as soon as you do some evil shit, like a nigga go commit adultery, the Lord may not kill the nigga on the spot. So he think he good, and he continues to commit adultery. It's like, well, the Lord ain't gonna kill me for it. Y'all say the Lord gonna kill me for it, but I've been doing adultery all my life. The Lord ain't gonna kill me for it. So because the Lord don't bring that judgment speedily, it's in the heart of the people to continue doing mischief and wickedness. So nobody's occupying, which is not really the price necessarily. It's just the value of the dollar going down. The price never truly goes up. The value of the dollar really is just decreasing, which is why the price goes up. All right, so the dollar really ain't shit no more, which we've been telling you that it's not backed by shit. This is fiat currency. This is a trust between the people and the government. The dollar's not backed by nothing. When they removed the gold standard, the dollar's not backed by shit. It's not backed by gold or silver. Okay? So let's go here to, not Ecclesiastes, it's Salakia, to 2nd Esdras. All right, chapter 16. And, me a moment, Baba Kasha. All right, so it says 2nd Ezra 16 in verse 21. We'll start at verse 17 and points at 21. Woe is me, who would deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars. And the powers shall stand in great fear. Salaki shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. So even given all these terrible things that are going to come upon this place, all right, Jake still ain't turning from their evil. All these plagues, man, you can see, a fucking toddler, man, can clearly see a 10-month-old baby can clearly see right now that there's great famines, sorrows, great mournings, great death, the beginning of war. Or it's like I said, great famine, the beginning of famine, the beginning of war. You understand? The beginning of evils. Evils is just only increasing. What did Matthew 24 say? All right, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So evils are increasing because iniquity is increasing. All right, remember the saying, as the saying goes, is in the scriptures, you reap what you sow. So whatever you sow, that was thou shalt reapest. All right, so if you're sowing wickedness and discord, that same thing is going to come upon you. The thing is, everybody here is sowing wickedness and discord. That's why evil is at an all-time high, because that's all people are sowing. It's evil, so they're reaping the same. All right, but yet, given all these things are very apparent right now, given that the prophets are out there on the highways and the hedges weekly doing lessons daily concerning the matter, nobody want to turn back. Nobody wants to turn back and repent for their evils. Let's read that again. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges, which these scourges, like the Lord said, they're sent for amendment. All right, when you go into that word amendment, if it lets me, yeah, it's not gonna let me. Let me do this. Oh yeah, fuck it. It says a formal or official change, addition, or correction made to a legal document, contract, bill, or constitution. It is used to update, modify, or improve an existing text without context, rewriting the entire original document, which is good stuff. Let me see if I can go to the etymology and it can go deeper. If not, I'll just deal with that. So when you go into the etymology, it traces back to the Latin word emendere, meaning to correct or free from fault. All right, which combines ex, out, and menda, meaning fault or flaw. This evolved into Old French as amender, to make right. So the Lord is trying to correct, so he's sending these scourges as a correction to free you from your fault, to warn you, to admonish you ultimately. The Lord is sending these plagues, what did it say? To make right. so you can make things right with him. You see the destruction coming, and then you're like, oh shit, I gotta get right with the Lord. But yet, the Lord's sending these scourges to make you get right, and you still ain't getting right. So eventually, the Lord just got to bring the smack down. It's like it says in 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, where it says Jake basically playing around with the Lord's grace period. And when you get to verse 12, it says, therefore they shall know it, learn it by death, by pain. So that's why eventually the Lord just got to fuck you up, because he's sending these scourges so you can make it right with him. You can repent to him. But it's getting to a point where, hey, the Lord just going to say, fuck it. I got to fuck you up bad. Right? Because even though he's sending these scourges for amendment, it said, but for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. All right. So they're not turning from their wickedness. So wickedness is at a all-time high. All-time high. All these warning signs, the prophets, because the Lord sends the prophets B times, as he said in 2nd Chronicles 36 and 15 through 16, send the prophets B times. B times means early. He sends the prophets out early. Warning. And early can mean any time frame as long as it's before the judgment comes. So he sends us before the judgment comes. And he didn't say on time when the judgment hits. He sends us early before the judgment comes. That could be a day before judgment. He still sent us before it happened. You know, but you still don't want to turn from your wickedness. So eventually the Lord just going, you know what, backhand your dumb ass, right? Behold victuals, meaning your goods, food, water, gas, you know, all those different things, different essentials, shall be so good, cheap upon earth, meaning affordable. And yeah, prices are going way high, but nigga, you still got a roof over your head somehow. So victuals are so good, cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Okay? So there you go. So y'all think because, you know, victuals are so good, cheap upon earth, y'all think because the Lord ain't bringing judgment speedily after you done some wickedness, y'all think y'all are in a good case. But ultimately, you're not. You think because you were able to eat dinner tonight, the Lord fucks with you. But he doesn't. He's very long-suffering. The scriptures say that all the time. Now, it says, for many of them that dwell upon earth, meaning those that are in the world, that think they're in a good case, those that continue doing wickedness because the Lord is not executing judgment speedily, he's being long-suffering. To you individuals, you're going to perish of famine. And the other that escaped the hunger, somehow, you're going to, the sword is going to destroy you. It says, shall the sword destroy? You understand? So judgment is coming. There's no escape from it. Like it says in Amos 5, it's going to be as you escape from a lion and the bear met you. You escape from the bear, went in the house, leaned your hand on the wall, and the serpent bit you. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's going to be like. Great judgment and no escape from it. That's why the scripture says it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. And it goes on to say in Wisdom of Solomon, I believe it's 16 and 15. If not, it's 15 and 16. But it went on to say there, you cannot escape the Lord's hand. When you get into the Lord's hand, you can't escape it. When you go to Deuteronomy 32, right? Nobody can save you from the Lord's hand. So it's a fearful thing to fall into it. And then when you fall into it, nigga, there is no escape. You're grits. You're cooked. You're fucked. So a nigga think he escaping the Lord's judgment. Hell, it even went on to say in Revelation 9 and 6, you know, niggas gonna seek to kill themselves, but death is gonna flee from them. Nah, nigga, sit here and take that judgment, nigga. That's how the Lord get down. This is hilarious, man. God lay out of me outside. Hope and pray I'm not the ones that get sent back to the lobby dishonorably. If I get sent back to the lobby, I hope it's in honor. Let's go back to Matthew 24. So we read at 37 again. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking. So before the flood, they were eating and drinking. The victuals was so good, cheap upon earth, so they thought themselves to be in good case. Oh, Noah's tripping. That's not going to happen. The Lord still loves us. We're still able to eat, drink. All right, we're still able to marry and be given in marriage. You know, we're good, right? That's like, right, we're good. You know, we're laughing. We're in the house of feasting, you know. But the scriptures say it's better to be in the house of mourning than the house of feasting. That's in Ecclesiastes, the 7th chapter. Okay? And the Lord said in Isaiah 65, the tables are going to turn. Those who were rejoicing in the house of feasting, in the house of mirth, then you're going to be in the house of mourning, the house of death, the house of calamity. The roles are going to reverse. You know, when you get to the New Testament, it says, woe to those who laugh now, for thou shalt weep later. Yeah, you're going to be doing a lot of weeping. You know, so everything's all good. We're in a good case, man, you know. I could eat, I could drink, I could go out to the club. You know, I could pop some bitches. Could take a little vacation here and there. You know what I'm saying? Like on my Sundays, I could chill out. You know what I'm saying? Just chilling on the balcony, the porch. You know, the patio, you know what I'm saying? Chilling, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling. Until the day that Noah entered into the ark and the angel locked the door. When Noah entered into the ark, the Lord put the spirit on the angel to go lock the door so Noah couldn't open it. Because after that, it was all screams from there. Yeah, it was all screams from there. You know? And it's not like Noah... Because if I remember the story correctly, I haven't read that story in a while. You know, it's early in Genesis, but the flood didn't just start pouring. The water didn't just start pouring down and coming up from the ground as soon as Noah entered the ark. The Lord had days play out before that, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, a brother can correct me in the comment section. But if I remember right, that's how it was. And we have all entered into that spiritual ark at this point. Now it's a spiritual ark. It's not a physical one no more. It's a spiritual one now. And you know, us of Great Millstone and like-minded brothers and sisters and children that follow and men that follow, you know, who are unable to preach the gospel, who are literally unable to preach the gospel. If you're a man and you're able to preach the gospel, but you're not, I'm going to suggest you reconsider your actions, or it's just going to be GG's in the chat. Anyway, as I was saying, to all of you out there, you know, we are in the spiritual ark currently at this moment, you know, because the Lord could change things at any moment. But at this moment, we're in the spiritual ark, right? Everybody else around is not in that ark. So we've already entered into the spiritual ark, just like Noah did. Noah entered into the ark. But days passed, it didn't rain yet, so people still like, hey, this nigga bugging. Stupid ass nigga. Right? Eventually, it's going to start to rain. And the angels are going to have the doors shut. And then that's when judgment is just going to roll out on a mass scale. Just like the days of Noah. Everybody thinks shit's sweet until it's not. Okay, so that's all I thought about. The first thing I thought about when I saw them people in Forest Park taking wedding photos, I'm like, yeah, you people are grits. And it was some Edomites, you know. But who knows, they could have been Jacob. You people, at the end of the day, y'all grits. Everybody's cooked. And knew not until the flood came. All right, so until the day that Noah entered the ark. And this just validified what I was saying. So I do remember the story correctly, the water Yahweh Shemel Shai, because they didn't even realize Noah had entered the ark. And they didn't realize he entered the ark until the flood came. All right? And when the flood came, I'm sure they was beating down the door. I'm sure it was little kids screaming and crying. Noah, help! And you know Noah wanted to help. You know, it was a little, you had a nigga named I Bar. You know what I'm saying? Nigga named I Bar. No, good friends with Noah. Name I Bar. You know what I'm saying? You're like, nah, nigga, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Noah want to let him in. The angel like, nah, nigga, fuck that. We're finna keep this bitch locked. That's how it's gonna be again. You know, because they didn't know until the flood actually came. Then they realized, oh shit, Noah in the ark. This nigga was right. Shit. too late. Because the scriptures say thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. But at that point, nigga, you're cooked. Now, don't get me wrong. You're going to have some 11th and 12th hour Israelites, but that's not going to be a high number, you know? And amongst those 11th and 12th hour Israelites, those are mainly going to be women. Not many men are going to be a part of that. Some, yes, but mainly that's going to be women who weren't reactivated until Isaiah 4:1, so they could be saved in mercy. All right, and they could be a woman to a brother, a wife to a brother. All right. So let's read that again, verse 39. And knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So it's going to be the same exact way. This time it's a spiritual ark, not a carnal one. Okay. So then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken and the other left. All right, going into those who are saved. Two women shall be grinding at the mill, and one shall be taken and the other left. Okay, so it's going, hey, you're going to have those who get saved. You're going to have those that get left behind. More are going to be left behind. More are going to be left behind than those who are saved. Okay? And that's just a fact. All right, so I had some. Oh, yeah, I remember. Just one more precept to get into. 1 Thessalonians 5:1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. So we're aware that the day of the Lord going to come as a thief in the night. Which ultimately, it's not even like a thief to us. Somewhat, in a sense, it's going to be like a thief. You know, because it's going to catch us slightly off guard. Because, you know, a day is going to be business as usual. And then, boom, that's when it's going to happen. The day you don't think it's going to happen is when it's going to happen. Okay? And that goes for everybody, even us brothers in the truth. The day we don't think it's going to happen, it's when it's going to happen. So even we're going to be caught off guard a little bit, but then that's when the Spirit's going to kick in. And that's when that Isaiah 33:6 is going to take place. Oh, shit. We in it. This Jacob's trouble. Like, because we in Jacob's trouble, you're going to be like, oh, we really in Jacob's trouble. You know what I'm saying? All hell broke loose. You're going to know. You know, you're going to be caught off guard for a moment, and you're going to be like, that Spirit going to kick in. As it should, because we have the seventh sense that the Sirach speaks about, right? But as for others, they're going to bug the hell out. They're not going to have that strength of salvation, which will keep them stable. They're not going to have it, right? So we know that the day of the Lord comes as the thief in the night, but it's not going to truly, completely take us off guard. It will slightly, but the other people, man, they ain't been watching. We've been watching. We in the news. Brothers always sending something to the chat. You know, watching other brothers' videos, posting about the news. Like, brothers posting it on TikTok and Instagram. You know, so it's like, it's no, you know, we watching. We're doing exactly what the Lord told Habakkuk to do. Watch. Watch and make the vision plain upon tables. Watch. That's all we're doing is watching. That's what we're doing. We're 2nd Ezra 9 say, measuring the times diligently. That's what we're doing. So we're not going to be completely caught off guard and taken by this. But you people who have not been watching, you will. Now it says, for when they shall say peace and safety, and you people feel that comfort, you feel like you're safe. Well, the scriptures say, she that liveth in pleasure, which goes for all genders and everybody, she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. So you people are living in pleasure. You people are seeking comfortability, which is normal, but y'all are overindulging in those things. You're never occupied in the Lord. This place wasn't made for us to be completely comfortable. It was made for us to be a little uncomfortable. The scriptures say concerning the curses upon our people in Deuteronomy 20:65, the sole of thy foot shall have no rest. We cooked. We're in an uncomfortable predicament, but Jake the salt of the earth, whether it's in righteousness or wickedness, man. So these niggas that made captivity a comfort. All right? Like it said in Additions of Esther 5:8. You know, it satisfied them not that they have been in bitter captivity. All right? When you read the book of Isaiah 1. All right? Why should ye be stricken anymore? You revolt more and more. When you read in the book of Jeremiah, it goes into the same thing. So it's like, wow, man, just fuck it. I got to end this shit. I got to judge you niggas. Fuck it. All right? Because you have made what was supposed to be uncomfortable, comfortable. Micah 2:10. All right, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. It shall even destroy you with a sore destruction. You're supposed to arise and depart from this place. You're not supposed to make yourself one with this place. You're supposed to make yourself separate from this place, which is what literally means to be holy. It means to be set apart. But you people want to be one with this society, which is why it says in Isaiah 30, as well as Isaiah 31, read both of those chapters. It goes into those who are friends with Egypt, who go to Egypt for help. You're going to be destroyed right along with this bitch. So you're trusting in these niggas. Oh, y'all said everything all good. Just listen to the government. You got an Evite. What are them damn nigga women here in America on video begging the damn government to come in concerning that Ebola shit? Please come in and help. We gotta do something. Bugging the hell out. Ain't even shit going on. I remember Eve in the damn DR literally said, that shit ain't there. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't even happening for real. You bugging out and this shit ain't even happening for real. This shit, but these plays are meant to throw you people off your game. It's meant to make you bug out. And Esau's already done the trick. Take the man out the household, took the stability away. So now we got direct access to the women. And women, what they gonna do? Their first instinct is to bug the hell out, which is why a man is needed in the house. Their first instinct is to bug out. This is why we're needed. A man's first instinct, a real man, is not going to be to bug out. And I'm talking about just any real man. It ain't got to be a man of the Lord even. First instinct of a real man, you're not going to bug out. You're going to start thinking logically. Oh, shit, there's a problem. Acknowledge the problem. Okay, now start thinking about how you can fix the problem. Because men are problem solvers. We're problem solvers. But somehow when you look at the corporate scene, it's a bunch of motherfucking women. I don't understand that shit. But when you look at the higher up of the corporate scene, it's mainly men. Why? Because we're the problem solvers, man. That's why. That's why I find it so funny. A bunch of women working at human resources. Nigga, why? Y'all are a problem. Then they make the problem fucking worse. You're not even fixing it. You're making the shit worse because you're emotional. Which men are emotional but it's because you lack emotional control. You lack emotional intelligence. That's the proper term. You lack it. You don't know how to regulate that shit and keep it in check, but men do. But Esau already did the blueprint. Hey, take the man out the house. We got direct access to the woman. Oh, we got it. We good. You know what I'm saying? We in there. You know what I'm saying? That's how Esau did it on purpose. Now it says, let's read that again. Verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So you're going to be at a point where you're not going to escape, like it said in 2 Ezra 16, right? What we quoted in Amos 5. You're not going to be able to escape this destruction when it cometh. All right? What it said actually in Matthew 24 we just read. You ain't going to be able to escape. When the judgment comes, you're fucked. There's no escaping from it. All right? So, hey, as it goes on to say, we are the children of the light. We are not sleeping. Hell, one of my favorite precepts, Romans 13 and 11. All right, it's a high time to wake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than what we believed. And it goes on to say some more beautiful stuff. But hey, it's time to wake your motherfucking ass up, Israel. Kwame Yasharallah. Wake up, Jacob. It's time to wake your motherfucking ass up, because judgment's coming as well as salvation. That's the balance. Do you want to be saved or judged? Ultimately, it's not up to you. It's up to the Lord in his predestination. But shit, get some effort. So like it says in the book of 2 Peter, you know, I believe chapter 3 or chapter 4. All right, knowing that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness? So knowing that these terrible times are coming, how should you be conducting yourself? You know, how should you be conducting yourself? That's what you really have to think about. All right, because 2/3 of our people, they ain't thinking about the Lord. You know, they putting off the Lord from day to day, not knowing that's going to get them consumed. All right. Hell, Jake think we got so long left in this society, nigga still got retirement building up. Nigga, just take the money out. That's what the fuck I would do. If I wasn't 22 and I was a little older and I had some retirement built up, nigga, I would have just took the shit out. I ain't gonna lie. But I ain't got no retirement built up. I'm only 22. I'm just getting into the job market, right? The nigga, it's like, nigga, you got niggas letting their retirement accrue and all these other fucking, what's supposed to be benefits to help you after you retire. Nigga, just take that shit out. 401k, all that shit. Nigga, take the money out. Whatever money, just take it, nigga. Take it out. Nigga, we ain't got that time. All right? If you in your 20s, your 30s, nigga, letting your retirement build up, fuck, nigga, take it out, nigga. Yo, nigga, we ain't gonna be here that long. All right? She got niggas talking about shit they finna do 15 years down the line. Nigga, is you crazy? It's 2026. You think this shit got to 2041? Nigga, you're crazy. Bug the hell out. I'm telling you. Bug completely the fuck out. All right? So, with that being said, could keep going on. I just quoted that Peter to back what it says right here. So that being said, Lord willing, it was edifying. You people are about to be destroyed. All right, and that is not an overstatement. It's really an understatement. You people are about to be destroyed. Understand? And hey, shalom, brother. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Bashim Rakak Wadash Brakatah. Shalom, bro. GMS Arabia. Oh wow. Let me screenshot this. Yeah, I gotta get you a subscribe, bro. Shalom, the water for being on the video. What do you say? Babylon will be destroyed. Yep, that's right. That's right. So with that being said, I do hope and pray that this lesson was edifying to the elect. I'm gonna close giving all praise, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who've taught us all this truth in the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And until next time, Abba Babo. Kwam, Yasharallah, Gadol Abadium, Lababal, Gadol, Yahweh Mahar, Wahabatham. And until next time, I would like to say unto you all, Shalom. One day close.